So for our foundations class today, you may want a couple blocks and a Coregeous ball. If you don't have a Coregeous ball, you can use a blanket or a pillow, whatever you have. But we're going to be practicing breathing against restriction as a foundational functional movement for our diaphragm to be able to expand and contract to the best of its ability. So let's start on our bellies. I've got my Coregeous ball here looking pretty sad. And that's what you want to. You don't want it to be super full of air unless you're really just used to this work. I'm actually going to let a little bit of air out of mine. So you find your limit, and you'll know as soon as we end up on our belly. So the Coregeous ball here has a belly button, and so do you. So that's our marker. You can place the belly button of the ball in your belly button. And then just come down onto your hands and we'll start to rest over the ball. Now, if you get here and this is too much, you can prop one leg out to the side, coming onto this a little bit more at an angle, which will feel a little bit better to the body. But as you get here, I just want you to try to relax through your shoulders, through your hips, through your legs, and start to breathe into the resistance of the Coregeous ball. So if you feel the ball in your belly, start to press your breath into it. And then as you exhale, try to soften your abdominal muscles and let the ball create essentially a tubular core. So you feel that tension there created by the ball without you having to engage your muscles here. You're just letting this happen. So we'll inhale into the ball. And then we'll soften the belly and exhale, allowing the ball to assist us in letting our breath out. Let's take a few more breaths like that. And as you start to relax around this, it can start to become even more intense. So if you need to roll out to the side, let some air out, move the ball up or down. That totally makes sense here. We'll take one more breath like that. Active inhale, super passive exhale. And then we'll start to change the breath. So actively inhale, bring the breath into your belly, hold that breath in for a moment, feel really full. Then exhale, squeeze the breath out of your body. Feel your belly button move up towards your spine. With that belly button in and up, stay empty of breath and just try to soften the belly without inhaling. So we'll try that a few more times. Big breath in. Hold it in. Start to squeeze the muscles in and up towards the spine. Exhale, send the breath out of the body. And then soften the belly. Lots of very interesting sensations here, no doubt. Inhale. Hold. Lift and squeeze. Exhale. Squeeze the breath out of the body. Soften the belly. Let the ball rest in this cave that you've created for yourself. 2 more breaths like that. Big breath in. Hold. Squeeze the breath out of the body, soften and stay empty. Last round of breath like that. Hold. Exhale, squeeze the breath out. Soften the belly. Take the ball out from underneath your belly and just rest flat on your chest. Let the head rest on the hands. And just feel the ease of breath without resistance. Try to let your shoulders go, let your jaw go. And notice any temperature sensations here. Maybe the belly feels cool or it's all warm and fuzzy now. Then bring the hands beside the chest. Press yourself up and back into a child's pose and let your belly, let your torso rest on the tops of the thighs. Let the head drop and sink over your thighs. Releasing into that resistance. 2 more breaths. Big breath into your low back. Soften and let go. Last breath in. Let it go nice and easy. Roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time, and then make your way onto your back. We're going to come into a bridge pose, so bring your feet really close to your hips. Scoot them in really nice there. Let the hands rest beside the body. For the first 3 of these, we'll just go up and come right back down. Press through the heels, curl the tail under, lift yourself up, roll your weight into your shoulders. Feel that stretch on the front of the hips, front of the belly, and then exhale, lower down, nice and easy, one vertebrae at a time. Good, hands on the belly, hands on the floor, whatever feels natural. Inhale, lift yourself up, squeeze through the glutes, curl the tail under, roll the weight back into the shoulders. And then exhale, lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Keep the knees in line with the hips. Release the glutes on the way down, and then we'll find our last bridge just like that. Inhale, lift yourself up, squeeze your glutes, roll back into your shoulders. Exhale, when you're ready, lower down. One vertebrae at a time. Come all the way down, let the hips rest. If you need to shake the legs out a little bit, you can. We're going to add some resistance here with a diaphragm vacuum. So I'll do one just to show you guys, then we can do them together. But in the diaphragm vacuum, basically we're going to create a big cave in the belly and feel the diaphragm move up and spread out through the rib cage. So here's what it looks like. That is our diaphragm vacuum. Here's the breath. We inhale, arms up, hips up. When we get to the top, we exhale completely. Leave the hands where they are, soften the belly, drip the spine back down until the hips touch down. Then we inhale again. So we'll do it together. Inhale. Exhale. Empty, soft belly. Drip the spine down the mat. Get each vertebrae down. Once the hips touch down, inhale, bring the hands down. We'll do 2 more of those, and it takes just a minute to get used to, but I know you can do it. Inhale. When you get to the top, exhale, squeeze the breath out of the body. Soft belly, no inhale, drip. Inhale. Hands come down to the hips. It's hard to do and talk. We'll do 1 more. Inhale, hands and hips lift. Exhale completely. Soften the belly, drip. Inhale. Woo. Walk the feet out as wide as your mat. Start to toss the legs side to side. Try to let the tummy go. Let it be soft. Bring your hands to your belly and take 3 deep breaths all the way down to your pubic bone, all the way down to your hips if you can. Letting that diaphragm spread its way back out. Exhaling, just soften. Easy, easy. Inhale. Exhale, soft belly, really passive. There's like a lot of warming sensation up here, hopefully. Take 1 more big breath in. And soften the belly. Bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze them in as if you were in child's pose. Squeeze your knees into your chest, even curling that tail under. Feel that little bit of resistance against the legs, against the belly. If you need more, you can pull yourself up more. You can grab a hold of the bottoms of the feet, really finding that in range of your hip flexibility. From here, start to rock side to side in your little cannonball. And we'll use the strength of our core to pull us back through center. So maybe you rock all the way onto your elbow or to your shoulder. And then you pull yourself back with this little resistance you're creating in your legs and your hands. Good. Rock yourself onto whatever side, and we'll come up and over into all fours. So we'll make our way into our tabletop position. Support your wrists, support your knees. Let's go right into our neutral spine. So we'll feel the tail lift, and we'll feel this curve make its way into our belly. Pull your belly button in and up to your spine, just like that hollow diaphragm vacuum. Push the floor away from you. Feel the upper back spreading up towards the ceiling. Each little vertebrae gets a moment to push up towards the ceiling. And then the ears are in line with the shoulders. From all fours, we're going to think about just the tail to start, and we'll start our movement from the tail. Lift your tail as high as you can. Feel that belly drop. As the belly drops, start to lift the chest to the front of the mat, lift the chin. And then from the tail again, start to curl the tail under through the legs, belly button in and up to the spine, ribs up to the ceiling, and then lastly the chin tucks and the head drops. Just the tail, let it start to lift itself up. Lift, lift, lift even more, as much as it can, creating a curve in the low back. Drop the ribs to the floor. Start to pull the chest through the arms as you lift the head all the way into your cow pose. From the tail, start to curl the tail under. Then that low back curls under, ribs curl under. Drop the head, tuck the chin. From the tail, lift. Start to undulate the spine all the way up towards the head. Letting this movement be as bold as you can possibly stand it. Find your biggest and best back bend. Squeeze the back of the body. From the tail, curl under. Stretch the back of the body. Feel the front of the core. Feel the ribs. Feel the diaphragm. Check in with the shoulders, the armpits. We'll take 2 more of these. Lifting. And in my opinion, slow is smooth, and smooth equals transformation. So we're going to move through this really slowly and allow ourselves to feel. Allow the nervous system to take in all these little tiny articulations up the spine. Last one, lift with the tail. As high as you can, drop the ribs as low as you can, pull the chest forward as much as you can, lift the chin, and then from the tail, curling under. Come back to your neutral spine, leading with the tail. Find that you have a curve in your low back that's supported by your pelvic floor and belly button. Find that your shoulders are broad and your ribs are full, supported by your diaphragm. Start to tuck your toes under. Elbow pits will stay forward. Lift yourself up and press back for your downward dog. Pedal out the feet. Really get into bending one knee and then the other. Stretching the back side of the body. Still keeping that neutral spine. Tail stays lifted. Ribs stay tucked in. Nice. From here, bend both knees. Look to your hands. Walk your feet forward. And give yourself just a moment to hang upside down. Dropping the head. Walk your feet together as you're really hanging upside down. Big toes will touch, ankles will touch. Start to sit into a low chair, a low squat. Bringing your knees over the ankles, dropping the hips down. Pull your belly button in and up to your spine. And start to bring your hands to your heart. So you're like in this tiny, almost child's pose type of ball. Lengthen your spine by sending the crown of your head away from your tail. Deep breath in. As you exhale, revolve to the left and see if you can hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. If not, you can use the ground or a block. So you can find something to push off of. Keep the knees and sitting bones even with each other, and we'll find this deep twist through the mid-spine. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen the twist. Feel that resistance across the belly. Inhale. Exhale, press, squeeze, twist. Take one more big breath in. Last exhale, a little bit more. Inhale, pull yourself back through center, no break. Switching sides. Hook the left elbow across to the right knee. Push into the hands. Spiral. Breathe against the resistance. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, deep twist. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in, find just a little bit more there on the exhale. Inhale, pull yourself back through center and hang upside down. Straighten the legs, hands to the block, hands to the floor. Drop the head. Nice hamstring stretch. Let go of your upper body. Let go of your head. Let go of your arms. Give yourself a nice, easy roll up. And we'll come to standing in mountain pose, unfurling that spine all the way upright. Alrighty. Let me give a little tilt here. Okay, in mountain pose, heels underneath the hips, head over heart, heart over hips, hips over heels. Externally rotate the shoulders, lengthen the spine. When you get into this mountain pose, feel your breath without resistance. Just feel the way that it is. And then connect with your sankalpa. Breathing against resistance. Nothing makes us appreciate our breath more than when we can't find it, when it's hard to find. Then we're like, oh yeah, thank you, lungs, breath, appreciate you. We'll start to create a tubular core with the belly. So if you want to take your hands to the belly, you can, one above the belly button, one below. Inhale, fill your hands up with your breath. Big belly breath in. Hold that breath in at the top, and then exhale, squeeze the breath out of the body. Feel that waistline shrink wrap, pelvic floor lifts in and up to the spine. Again, inhale, soft belly. Hold, lift, squeeze all the breath out of the body. Empty, stay a little bit engaged here. Inhale, fill up the belly. Hold, lift even more. Squeeze the breath out even more, and then keep this engaged. We're going to move through a little flow. So engaged in our tubular core. Inhale, send the arms up alongside the ears, still engaged. Exhale, swan dive all the way forward, and then inhale, pull yourself up to a flat back. Feel that engagement. Lift your sitting bones up and away from each other. Hamstrings get a nice stretch. Curve in the low back. Squeeze the shoulder blades down to meet the low back. Good. Soft bend in the knees if you need it. Exhale, deeply bend the knees. Plant the hands. Take it back for downward dog. Elbow pits forward. Shoulder blades away from each other. Heels move down towards the ground. Big stretch. Inhale, pull yourself forward. Find your plank. And engage your tubular core here if it's gone. Belly button in and up to the spine. Deep breath in. Exhale, roll over the toes, squeeze the elbows in, lower yourself down really slowly. Knees up or knees down, it's your call. Inhale, lift yourself up into a back bend, press the tops of your feet down to the floor. Collarbones forward, inhale. Exhale, press yourself back up through your plank pose, elbow pits forward. Core engaged all the way back to down dog, still engaged. Bring your weight into your left leg. Inhale, lift your right heel to the sky. Then exhale, right foot between the hands. Keep both toes facing forward and roll yourself up in your lunge. Step your back foot in so that you can get your back heel down. So maybe your feet are 2 or 3 feet apart. Straighten your front leg out. Good. Find your tubular core. Ears in line with shoulders, shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. belly button in and up to the spine, big time. Inhale, arms swim up alongside the ears. Exhale, bring up to the heart center. Keep the spine long. As you exhale, twist your torso, just your torso, to the right. So right leg in front, twisted to the right. Start to send the arms out long. This might be a great balance pose here. It might be a great twist and you can stay here. However, if you want some more, keep sending the right hip back, reach the left arm forward, and then start to dive yourself into this twisted triangle. So maybe your left hand finds the thigh, finds the shin, finds some blocks. If that's not comfortable on your right shoulder, you can bring it down beside the hip, but keep sending that right hip back. Finding your balance as you spiral yourself deeply into this twisted triangle. On your inhale, lift yourself back up. Hands to the heart center. Bend through your front knee. Deep bend. If you like to walk your left leg back a little more, that's fine. The heel can be lifted slightly here. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward, belly button to top of the thigh, still engaged in the core. Feel that resistance as you push your chest down into your thigh. Lengthen the spine. We're going to take a little counter twist, dropping the right hand down to in front of, inside of, or to a block. We'll start to spiral the left rib cage up to the ceiling, dropping the left heel in. Keep pressing that right knee open. Take a big reach all the way up to the ceiling. Nice. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, deeper twist. And then start to revolve yourself back to center. Pick up your back heel. Switch your hands. So the left hand will come to the block. Send the right hip back. Inhale, spiral the rib cage to the right side of the mat. Reach that right arm up. Sink your chest down into your thigh. Pull your thigh up into your chest. Take one more big breath in. Then exhale, release. Drop the hand down. Step your back foot forward and fold. Inhale, roll yourself up nice and easy through mountain pose. Re-engage in mountain pose. Head over heart, over hips, over heels. Connect with your Sankalpa. Feel the ease of breath here, no resistance. And then we'll add our tubular core if you've lost it. So hands to the belly. Inhale, soft belly. Hold that breath in, hug it in with your muscles. Exhale, squeeze the breath out of the body. Really tight waistline, really strong. Inhale. Hold and lift. Exhale, squeeze and squeeze. Release, release. Last one, big breath in, fill it up. Hold and lift. Exhale, squeeze it out, tightening through here, lifting everything up away from the floor. Swim the arms overhead, big inhale. Exhale, swan dive all the way forward. Inhale, pull yourself up into a flat back. Sitting bones lift, belly button pulls in and up. Rib cage spreads up towards the ceiling, shoulders down and back. Exhale, bend both knees, fold, plant the hands. Walk your way back for downward dog. Space between the shoulders. Inhale, pull yourself forward. Find the top of your plank, top of your push-up. Knees up or knees down. Squeeze the glutes, roll over the toes, squeeze the elbows in, and lower yourself all the way down. This time, tops of the feet down, feet as wide as the mat. Hands can come back beside the body. Palms up. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. If it's comfortable, lift the hands, reach back to the toes. To add on, maybe you even lift the feet away from the mat. Tubular core is still engaged. Belly button in and up. One more big breath in. Then exhale, lower down. Hands beside the chest, tuck the toes under. Press yourself up for your plank. Back for down dog. Walk your right foot into the center of the back of the mat. Inhale, left heel reaches up to the sky. Then exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Good. Starting to roll yourself up, strong legs. Step your back foot in and drive the heel down. Straighten the front leg, head over heart, over hips, over heels, squaring up the pelvis. Sometimes we can rock out into one hip. We want everything nice and level. Hands to the heart center, lengthen the spine. Swoop the arms overhead. Check in that your tubular core is on. Everything feels decompressed, moving up to the sky. As you exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Feel that length and that engagement. Then as you exhale, revolve your torso to the left. Lengthen the spine. Then exhale, keep twisting. As you're folding over this left hip, you can bring your right hand to your left hip, inside or outside. And we'll start to reach into our twisted triangle. Blocks, no blocks. Keep sending the left hip back, driving down through that right heel. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze into this a little bit more if there's anything left. One more big breath in. On your next inhale, start to pull yourself back through center. Bring your hands to your heart. You can step your back foot back a little bit more as you bend your front knee. Belly button in and up to the spine. Both glutes engaged. Reach back through your back knee. Nice long spine. Exhale, fold forward. First, starting with a counter twist, so you can use your block or just the floor. Reach your left hand down to the floor, inside, outside of the foot, or to your block. Roll your right heel to the ground and find yourself in a little lungy twist. Belly button still in and up to the spine. Core still very strong. You're not collapsing into this front arm either. You're kind of pushing away from the block to find a little more decompression. Exhale, spiral yourself back to the center. Lift up through your back heel. And then we'll move back into our lunge twist. Torso leading, press to the left. Maybe the right elbow comes to the outside of the knee. Press. Lengthen the spine. See what's there. Last breath in. As you exhale, release. Drop your hands, pull your back foot in. Step the feet together and hang upside down. Dropping the head. Give yourself an easy, smooth roll up. When you come to standing in mountain pose, just go right back into that tubular core connection. Close the eyes. Awesome. Connect with your sankalpa and we'll start to warm the body down. Inhale, float the arms overhead, grab a hold of the left wrist and side bend to the right. We're going to create a great big circle, flexing over the right hip, then the left as we pull that left arm out. Lifting ourselves all the way up through the left side and back through center. We'll switch, grab a hold of the right arm. Exhale, side bend to the left. Feel the lungs really expanding on that right side. Then exhale, start to shift your weight forward, creating a big circle with this upper body, all the way out, around, and up. Ta-da! Release the hands, take your gaze up. Exhale, swan dive all the way forward. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway. Flat back, tubular core engagement. Bend the knees, plant the hands, find your downward dog, walk it all the way back. Big stretch. From your down dog, lift your right heel up, bring the knee up towards the chest, and then we'll slide the right leg across the left side of the mat, and you can come down onto that right hip. Just pausing here. This might be a very interesting stretch already for you, but we're gonna work a little bit more on that internal rotation in the legs and our warm down, and some more in our twist. So roll your left toes down to the ground and start to roll your torso down to the ground as well. For your low back, this might be twisty enough. So hopefully there's no pain here. If there is, move out of it. But we should feel a really nice twist from the mid to low back all the way up and around. To add on and get even more out of this, you can take your left hand and bisect the mat the other way, dropping the head down and just feeling our twisted triangle that has been ran over by a truck, and using a few breaths to collapse into this, breathing into that resistance as we let go of the shoulders, the legs, the discomfort. From your twisted triangle, feel free to peel yourself up and out. And then we'll go back to down dog, keeping the left toes tucked under. Press yourself up, drag your leg back. And then we'll try that on the other side, lifting the left heel up, bringing it in and slicing it across the mat. Drop the left hip down. Roll yourself in, and this can take some time to get into and get out of, so give yourself that grace. If you've got your Coregeous ball or a blanket, you can often use that to kind of prop yourself up, propping up the arm, the shoulder. Reach your right arm up and dive it through. You can support underneath the shoulder, support underneath the head, or just start to make your way into this ran over by a truck twisted triangle. Rolling the inner thighs together, collapsing into the floor with your breath. On your next inhale, start to peel yourself up and out. You can pick yourself up for your very last downward dog. Good. Let's meet in child's pose. Drop the knees, drop the hips back to the heels. Feel that resistance against the legs and into the belly, and let that be very comforting to you here. You can surrender into the exhale. If there's any last pose that you need for your practice today, go ahead and take that here. And if not, then start to prepare yourself for Shavasana. So our final resting pose, prop the legs up, prop the head up, support the curves of the spine in the neck and in the low back. Just find what you need. But we're gonna take a little restful pose. So get ready for that. Come onto your back, completely flat. Support yourself however you see fit. A little support over the eyes or over the belly can be really nice for the body. As you get here in Shavasana, close your eyes. Take a moment to rest your eyes, rest the face, the muscles of the jaw, the muscles between the eyebrows. Let your shoulders go. Notice how the breath is right now, without any resistance or force on the outside of the body. Let your breath be the most pleasurable thing you've felt all day. It's just easy and it's passive, and you don't have to do anything about it for the next few moments. Watch the breath enter and exit the body through the nose. or the mouth. Notice this calming effect the breath has on the body, this shushing effect. Feel your breath make it from the nose or the mouth into the lungs, even into the deepest part of the lungs. Breathe deeply until sweet air extinguishes the burn of fear in your lungs, and every breath is a beautiful refusal to become anything less than infinite. Let your next few breaths be very deep. Breathe deeply until sweet air extinguishes the burn of fear in your lungs. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana a little longer, feel free to do that. But if you must get on with your day, ponder that quote just one more time. Breathe deeply until sweet air extinguishes the burn of fear in your lungs. And every breath is a beautiful refusal to become anything less than infinite. Keep that in mind as you continue to breathe deep and start to make your way out of Shavasana. If you're ready, move your fingers, move your toes, move your wrists and ankles and knees and elbows, and find movement in your spine, in your head, in your face. And then start to make your way onto your side, just long enough to connect with your sankalpa, why you're here, why you do yoga. And when you feel ready, press yourself up to a comfortable seat and bring your hands to your heart, nodding your head in reverence for your practice as we bring it to a close. Take a deep breath of gratitude for yourself, your mind, body, and spirit. Thank you for showing up today. Namaste.